to Central Park for today's Super League showdown between Wigan and St Helens. Wigan the champions of the last 8 seasons. St Helens looking for their first championship in 21 years. Led out by 2 former greats from the 1961 Wembley Cup final, Billy Boston of Wigan and Tom van Vollenhoven of St Helens, flown over especially from South Africa for this great contest here at Central Park this evening. With me, Ron Huff, the aficionado on the St Helens season. And Ron, this is going to be a great game.
It certainly is, Trevor. The pundits build it as the championship decider. But obviously, with Saints taking 2 points off Wigan at home, even though we give them a good start, we still came back. We took the points off them. Wigan slipped up a couple of weeks ago. Broncos took a point off them. It's Wigan that's under pressure, Trevor, I feel. Saints, obviously, they can win. We're 5 points clear, and they might as well give us the trophy this season. But anything can happen. If Wigan win tonight, and we're not even considering Wigan winning at Nosey Road like any of the staff at Nosey Road. If Wigan do come away with the 2 points tonight, Saints still on top of the table, but it's going to be one hell of a battle. Wigan with a big points difference, aren't they?
Well, Wigan non-defeated in the last 10 matches since they lost that game 26-41 at Good Friday at Knowsley Road. The big surprise in their lineup is Jason Robinson's at fullback. Chris Radlinski is out injured, and it's Jason Robinson who moves to fullback. That allows the top try scorer of the season, Rob Smythe, to come in. He's got 13 tries on the wing. There's Gary Connolly and Baker Torgamala at centres. Martin Afire is back at number 5 after injury. And Henry Paul, another player who missed the victory over Oldham last week, he returns at stand-off to partner Sean Edwards. The front row, Neil Cowie, Martin Hall and Terry O'Connor, with Simon Hart and Mick Cassidy in the second row, and Andy Farrell at loose forward. On the subs bench is Craig Murdoch, Scott Quinnell, Andy Craig and Andy Johnson. And the St Helens lineup, Steve Prescott's at fullback, Danny Arnold with 15 Super League tries to his total this season on the wing. Alan Hunt and Paul Newlove in the centre, Newlove back after a virus attack, and Anthony Sullivan on the left wing. Carl Hammond and Bobby Golding at half-back. Apollo Parolini back after missing the Workington game. Then Kieran Cunningham, Adam Fogarty, Derek McVeigh, the big surprise. 3 weeks ago he had a cartilage operation. He's back for this big one tonight. Simon Booth and Chris Joint, the bench. Ian Pickervance, Andy Northey, John McAtee and Chris Morley, and the referee Dave Campbell. And we're just seconds away from kick-off. With Wigan, it looks about to kick off deep into the play, which will give the opportunity for Ron to start the commentary here at Central Park. A massive crowd, somewhere in the region of 17,000 we would estimate. Certainly the biggest that Wigan have had all season, and a marked contrast to the lowest in 7 years there was at Central Park for last week's victory over Oldham. Referee David Campbell raises his hand, he starts the game, Connolly kicks deep, and it's Saints to take possession.
Yes, a great cacophony of sound here, Trevor. As you say, 17 to 20,000, even though the game's televised, and you don't need any problems here with this Wigan Saints game. Makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. Derek McVeigh, he unloads the ball to Cunningham. Cunningham scampers away. McVeigh's going to be a key, instrumental player in this evening's clash. He runs out wide and he unloads the ball. And obviously that was kept well under wraps. Adam Fogarty now. Fogarty breaks through. Wigan doing the tackling. Twiggamala and Cassidy. Bobby Golding puts the tester up. Prescott chases it. Robinson's under pressure. Oh, he takes it well. Does he? The ball's still loose. Saints have the possession. The referee gives the turnover. Obviously not touched the Wigan hand.
Well, it didn't touch a Wigan hand, so it was the play on as Robinson tries to bring the ball away. Well tackled though by Saints. Norman Farrell, an early touch for him. He shrugs off that tackle almost from McVeigh. And a bit of flopping was there. Referee says get on with it. In comes a corner. The Wigan forwards are testing time against this mighty Saints pack. Martin Hall to Edwards. Edwards looking out to Cowie. Cowie well met in there by Derek McVeigh. And Cowie Plays it Trigamala to Edwards. Edwards drills the ball to the far side to try and find touch. It's very close. He's going to make Prescott take it. In comes the defence, and good defence from Wigan.
Yes, excellent play from Wigan. Good tackling. Tackling's got to be paramount this evening. There's no danger about that. Wigan move up quickly. Saints move up quickly. The game's going to be played at a frenetic pace. We're over here at the back of the Vice President's stand. And I can tell you something, Trevor. I bet I'm the only St-Helena in this side of the stand. There's no danger about that. There wasn't many stand tickets available for the St Helens public. Derek McVie over the top. Alan Hunt out to Danny Arnold. Arnold up the wing. Robinson to beat. He tries to give him the outside. Support there from Golding. Golding goes in for the try. Saints are on the board. 2 minutes gone. And the captain there backing up as ever. Goes in for the try. Bobby Golding, his 3rd try of the season. Well, that's excellent backing up there, Trevor.
Well, great ball from Alan Hunt, released Danny Arnold in the first place, and Arnold came in intelligently to try and catch Robinson out. As Robinson makes the tackle effective, everybody thinks he'll die with it, but he slips into Bobby Goulding, and the little powder keg, the former Wigan player, is in for the first try of the game, and that's a great try from St Helens.
To give Saints a 6-point cushion. Many a time, Trevor, in these games, the side that scored first have had their eye wiped. I hope it doesn't happen tonight, but you never know, do you?
Well, a long, long way to go, but Bobby Goulding's making sure that his own try is maximised with that first goal from his first attempt. And I think that's 102 goals this season, is it, Ron? Certainly been fine kicking ball.
I think that might be 103, Trevor, with that, because they count drop goals as well, don't they?
So it's going to be Bobby Goulding to resume play. Wigan down 6 points to 0 at home to St Helens as Goulding kicks it off. And underneath it is Henry Ball. Henry Ball to Horton. Horton comes in. As Hammond's in that tackle. Now with Hall. Cassidy. Cassidy with his little red head guard on. Paul goes on his own from dummy. Manages to half step. Slips it back to a Fire. Fire coming looking for work. To Robinson. Robinson. What a strong little player. Doesn't quite get away though from Perolini. Edwards, Cowie. Well, this is going to be the game of the season. It's already living up to it. Look at that run from Cowie. Hall tries to get in. Doesn't really get it away, but Edwards is looking for a gap. He's got Hall with him. Hall steps. Perolini moves in. 5th tackle. Andy Farrell. Farrell knows he has to hoist it. And it's a good tester. Edwards is in. Prescott's under. And what a superb take from Prescott.
Yes, the England fullback took it well there, Trevor, under a lot of pressure. But what a game. It's all fired up, isn't it? 5 minutes have elapsed. The score 6 points to 0 in Saints' favour. And Anthony Sullivan now. 3 tries last week at home against Workington. 1 disallowed. Kieran Cunningham scampering away. The Wigan defence going to be tested to the full. The Saints have points on the board. They've tremendous support. The cop end of the ground here, littered with Saints spectators, and Newlove going for the corner. Newlove in and out. Robinson completes the tackle. Hunt attacked in half. Golding along the line. Saints are going to spread it. Hammond with the dummy. Hammond, a metre or so short. Last tackle of the sequence. Golding goes for the 1-pointer, and he gets it. 104 now for the season. That's his 3rd drop goal, and he made no mistake there. He popped the extra one over. That could be crucial.
Well, how often do we see drop goals counted contests that are close? I mean, the way this is going, Saints really have got Wigan ragged. I've never seen them look like this all season. But then again, I don't suppose they've been up against a side of the calibre of Saints all season. Certainly, in that little spell there, when Hammond went on his own, there was always an opportunity for perhaps a try to come off it, and if he did move the ball left, but he decided to stick hold. So Golding restarts again. Edwards under it this time. He looks for his runner. It's Simon Horton. Paulo Perolini hits him. Wigan in their own 20-metre area. Hall, Cassidy. Cassidy through, steps well past Fogarty, gets past Goulden, a good run from the really small second row man. And Fire is back there, dummies to Tugimala. Fire puts it out to Edwards, switches back to Robinson. Wigan won an early strike. Come on Wigan, let's have a strike back. Let's get this game on fire again. Robinson. What a run from him. Wigan looking to get the points back. 7-0 the trail. Edwards. Farrell. Fifth tackle. Edwards. What's he going to do here? Switching it back to a Fire. Good tackle comes in. Hall. Connolly. Fifth tackle. Can't get caught. He's going to get it though. And it's good defence from Wigan. Cut down all the options for Connolly.
It's good defence in the end, Trevor, but Saints are dropping off the tackles midfield. But you get the calibre of the players like Robinson, Henry Paul, Sean Edwards that can unlock the tightest of defences. Well, that's a knock-on. That's going to be in scrum down with a Saints feed. A Saints player tried to get the ball away. The Wigan man was quickly in. He knocked it down. Scrum down. Saints feed. As we said, that's correct. It seems a section of the Wigan crowd don't agree with that.
You don't expect them to, do you, Ron?
Well, you don't really, Trevor. But it's nice to come here. Even though Wigan, 7 years league champions, they might as well give it us if we win tonight. Alan Hunt tries to break away, but we can come here and say that Saints are the Challenge Cup holders, 17 matches unbeaten, and obviously that's a bonus. They have the possession, Saints are moving it well. Fogarty. Not many appearances in the Super League squad. Adam Fogarty, Andy Leatham still out with a virus. Chris Joint, a Wiganer there, but in the Saints ranks, taking the Prescott. Scrag back, excellent tackling there by Wigan. Cunningham scampers again. Marauding runs from Cunningham for the Saints. Hall for Wigan, and it's the last one of the sequence. Bobby Golding gets his kick away under pressure. Jason Robinson comes across.
So Robinson to take the ball away from his own try line. Wigan trailing by 7 points to 0. We've had 9 minutes. A Fire now. Manages to get away from Arnold. Perolini moves in and Arnold comes back on the second hit. Henry Paul. Connor takes it forward. And the Saints pack moving up quickly indeed. Wigan unaccustomed to trailing at Central Park. You have to go back to 1994 for the last home defeat here. But still, 70 minutes of this game to go, and a long way from any sort of defeat for either team. But mistakes like that won't help anybody, Ron.
No, obviously trying to force the pass, Trevor. I mean, both sides are capable of exciting rugby. They're giving the crowd exciting rugby, there's no danger about that. But if Saints can put pressure on Wigan and force them into mistakes like this, that's all well and good for Sean McRae's men. Bobby Golding feeds it, receives the ball from the back of the scrum. Saints take it quickly. Paul Newlove, Twigamala and Newlove, that's a good battle, isn't it? Once again, Alan Hunt from the marker position. Good run from Alan Hunt with the head guard on. Unaccustomed Alan Hunt must be expecting a bit of clattering round his lugs tonight. Golding putting the ball out wide. Chris Joint running onto it. Wigan moving back. David Campbell gets them back on side. Now it's with Perolini. Tireless worker in the Saints defence and attack. He's been off, well, he was off last game against Workington. A knee problem. Now it's Derek McVie. Looking for the runners. Wigan know that they'll have to wrap Derek McVie up. Bobby Golding on the last tackle. Reverse angle kick taken by Cassidy. Well, he dropped the ball. Prescott moved in. Cunningham with the tackle, and Wigan nearly caught again, Trevor.
Yeah, the ball went backwards though. It was the right decision from Campbell. So Wigan got to try and bring the ball away. Robinson. Well, that was a little bit high, it looked to me, but the referee, Dave Campbell, will witness. He's happy to let it go. Simon Horton brings it forward. Hall, quickly the ball was played to Edwards. He's got Farrell. Farrell can't get away from the attentions of Chris Joint. Go with Paul to Edwards. Back to Paul. Paul, that little step and the pace. What a class player he is. And back to Edwards, but Edwards wasn't ready for that, and we've got the knock on. And already there's a little bit of niggle coming into this game. Saints certainly fired up for it.
Yes, yeah, you know, obviously there's friendly banter up between me and you, and obviously friendly banter on the pitch. But Farrell there, he thought he was being held down or infringed. He started shaking his head, and when the opposition see that the players are doing that, they know they've got him rattled. Hammond into space, good tackle by Jason Robinson, and what a player this Robinson is. Alan Hunt, Twigger-Marler, scragged to the floor. Danny Arnold from the dummy half. Twigger-Marler's in again. Great display from the Western Samoan. Such a likeable chap is Twigger-Marler. And there's Cunningham up to the halfway.
He goes in for a couple of tries, man.
Of course I will. Golding, Adam Fogarty. They'll all be going for a pint after Trevor, won't they? And it's all friendly stuff. Last one of the sequence. The ball with Bobby Goldie. He puts the test to the Saints are following it. Prescott up there on Robinson. The ball's loose. It's come back to Wigan. They have the possession.
Well, Rob Smythe took a bad knock then as he fell on his backside after trying to take that ball. And I think the Saints are very aware that Wigan have got a makeshift full-back in Robinson. His defence is okay, but on the two high balls have been caught out as Connolly tries to bring it away. Certainly an area that Wigan are looking very vulnerable in these early stages. But O'Connor takes it forward, almost to that halfway line. Still gets it out to Martin Hall, and now with Farrell. Big run from him. Saints had dropped back to the 10-metre, but the ball had never been declared dead. Hall, Edwards to Paul, to Horton. That's Alan Hunt in very quickly. A good tackle really snuffed out the move. Twigger-Marler tries to get away from Hammond, but well wrapped up. A fire. Cassidy behind him. And Wigan making, well, quite a few unforced errors. I think that's 3 in the first 14 minutes. And again, that's something that we don't see at Central Park too often from Wigan anyway. Unforced errors in that multitude.
It certainly isn't, Trevor, but let's hope they keep up with it. We'll put up with it. Scrum down, head and feet to Saints. Bobby Golding will feed it. Inside ball, Hammond. Now support from Prescott. Taken off last weekend with a slight groin strain. It's Prescott still going forward. Wigan now dropping off the tackling. It was Saints before, but now the Saints have got the pie eaters rattled. Chris Joint into the Wigan territory. Golding, Perolini, the big Western Samoan, the Terminator, drives it forward. 2 men bring him down. Cunningham and Saints still persist on the blind side. Derek McVie into Twigger-Marler. He bounces him down. Finger the winger, as we say now in the centre. Big man, another big man there, Adam Fogarty. Last tackle of the sequence. Right on the Wigan 20-metre line. Golding, is he going for another 1 pointer? He certainly is. He's missed it.
Oh, yeah. That was a miss. He just sliced it to the right-hand side of the post, but well worth an opportunity. 5th tackle. You might as well go back with the pointers, nothing. But it's Wigan who take the ball away. Cowie trying to drive it up away from the area that play has been in for most of this first 15 minutes. With Terry O'Connor. Just can't shake off the persistence of these Saints forwards. Hall now with Horton. Hammond's the man making the tackle. As Wigan having to find the hard yards to get up to that halfway line even. Hall screaming it out to Edwards. Edwards drops Farrell inside. He steps the first man. He's clear for the second. Now with Hall. Hall looks to get rid, but he can't. And Hammond, a good, effective tackle. For fire. That's Edwards. Look at the long ball to Paul. Paul one-handed. Great skills to Rob Smythe. Great pace, this youngster too. But he comes inside and really too much heavy traffic for him. 5th tackle. Edwards to Connolly. Connolly hoists the bomb and he'll not be on the chase, and it's not a good one either. Twigger-Marler goes in as Hunt takes it, and it's a knock-on off Hunt. So there'll be a scrum down. It should be a Wigan put in. And the ironic cheers of the crowd, because this is one of the rare opportunities that Wigan have had to actually build something in the Saints half of the field. About 30 metres or so from that Saints try line. Edwards to feed. Out it comes. Paul looking to step, try and get past Hammond. Cassidy, Edwards, back to Connolly. A little step. just hanging onto his shirt collar. Robinson. Billy Wiz. Always elusive, always dangerous. Hall. That switch. No Farrell, but Perrellini's not moved. They've covered that gap. O'Connor. O'Connor at the drive, but well covered up as he tries to get the ball away. Hall to Edwards. The short one to Cassidy, but crunch. In he comes like a cider press. The two Saints men, and the ball go loose.
Yes, Saints did well. Weathered the storm, as Trevor said. The first chance for Wigan to build something up 30 metres out. The Saints defence was tested to the full. Both sides having their substitutes limbering up, out at regular intervals. Chris Morley is stripped off, and it looks as though he's going to be introduced. And it's Simon Booth that's going to be replaced, we think. Once again, Saints in possession. The Terminator, Perellini, driving the ball up. Cunningham steps up at the acting half-back position. As you'd expect, the sun coming out now. It went a bit cool before. Derek McVie, that's a great tackle by Twigger-Marler. Man and ball, stop McVie spreading the ball. Well, now it's with Golding. On to Prescott. Prescott, diagonal run. Gets the ball away to Sullivan. But Wigan have the possession.
And Smythe still going. Tremendous pick-up and great pace. What a great try. A great try for Wigan. Terrific opportunism from Rob Smythe. That wild pass thrown out. Sullivan couldn't take it. Smythe picked it up. It was Prescott who threw the pass out, and it really was a bad one. Smythe picks it up, tries to go past Sullivan. Sullivan almost gets it in. He's up quick as a flash, and then his pace gets him through. Great try, Rob.
It was a great try, but it came from a Saints mistake, Trevor, and a good side will capitalise on the opposition's mistakes. Saints now tried to spread it midfield. Goal into Prescott. Prescott tried to keep the ball moving, put it out to Sullivan. I thought Anthony Sullivan had it, but Rob Smythe had it. Went down the wing. Sullivan chased him, as you say, actually coming for the tackle, but he shook it off, and Smythe cut inside, puts Wigan on the board at 7 points to 4. Henry Paul to convert, and it'll be 1 point separating them, Trevor.
Well, his 14th Super League try of the season that was for Rob Smythe, and the young player has great pace, great flair really, and tremendous opportunism at that time. Now gives Henry Paul the opportunity to bang over the extras, and Henry Paul, no mistake on that one. The conversion goes over. Wigan right back in it. Wigan 6, St Helens 7, and we're just coming up to the 20-minute mark, and this game living up to all expectations. Saints had the better of the first 20, but Wigan striking back.
Yes, they hit back there, and points on the board, that's what they needed to settle them down maybe. But the game, it'll be some bruised bodies this evening, Trevor, about 9 o'clock or just after. But Alan Hunt backing into the tackle, 3 and 4 players milling round him to bring him down. Twigger-Marler getting through acres of defence there. He's in again, along with Horton. And Saints keeping the ball moving. Chris Morley on, as we said, he was warming up, and he's come on for Simon Booth. Derek McVie, wide runner, being closed down. 6th and final tackle of this sequence. Golding with the up and under. The Saints follow it. Prescott the first man in there. Wigan let it bounce. Prescott keeps it going. Newlove out to Sullivan. No way for him. He comes back in field. Will Sullivan chip it? Sullivan goes through the middle. Tries to round his man. He's brought down. Last-ditch tackle from Edwards, saved the day.
Well, Danny Arnold shaking his head on the right wing. He was looking for a ball over the top, but Sullivan thought he'd seen the gap, and he went for it. Some you win, some you lose, and Edwards was in to make sure he lost that. But it's Farrell now trying to bring it away for Wigan. They're trailing by the 1 point. That Bobby Goulding drop goal separating the sides. Henry Paul, Newlove gets in, but doesn't quite affect the tackle. And Saints are managing to get there, but not complete. But no, Terry O'Connor, good drive from the forward. That's the halfway line. Now with Hall, Cassidy, Edwards. Good long line out here now. A bit of room for Inga. Inga to a fire. And the tackles are flying in, but they're not making them count. They're all going up high. A fire. Edwards. He's got Robinson. This must be try time. This is try time. And Robinson. What a try. Well, Saints paid the price for going high on the tackles. And the side you don't want to do that against is Wigan. And Robinson, tremendous finish.
Yeah, that's a class try, there's no danger about that. A fire did all the spade work, centre field. Got through numerous tackles there. Slipped it on, and Robinson finished off. Slipped it to Edwards, then to Robinson, and Robinson hurled for the corner. And there's not many who'll stop Robinson, will there? Tremendous pace. The two regular wingmen combining there, along with the captain. But it was a fire there that did the damage. Hammond takes it, and Twigger are in there. A gang of tacklers, Cassidy as well. Wigan mean business, they've got the nose in front. Cowie and Cassidy complete the tackle. Perolini now. Head down, drives it forward. That'll have given Wigan that little bit of spark that they needed. Only 3 points separating the sides. Fogarty 10 metres short of the halfway line. Both sides moving back quickly. Now it's Chris Joint. Drop off ball inside. Chris Morley. Last tackle of the sequence. The ball to Golding. He jigs round. Henry Paul takes him. The ball comes out. It's going to be the turnover. Good tactics by Wigan there, Trevor.
Well, I think in gridiron they call that getting their quarterback sacked, isn't it? And well and truly sacked was Bobby Golding then. He was supposed to clear with the kick, and they dumped in fair and square. And it's Wigan, very much with the tails up here. Hall to O'Connor. Got to taking it forward. Now with Hall again, no runner, or he missed Cowie on the right-hand side and gone on his own. But a good meters gain. Now Cowie at dummy. Edwards, Paul. Looks the run around. Now the short ball to Farrell. And if it had not tripped then, that would have been another, I'm sure. But Wigan still now going forward. Edwards switches that direction. Long Paul. Henry Paul. He takes on Fogarty. Gets past it. Paul again. Edwards. Now they're finding it wide. Where's his runner on his right-hand side? O'Connor was slow seeing that one. Looking for a quick play of the ball, but they're taking their time. Out to his right to Farrell. Farrell back inside to Cassidy. Cassidy. Is he in? Just short, fifth tackle. Carry it, dummy. Well, it's coming out, and it needs to. Henry Paul, great hands to Robinson. What a try! Wigan rampant. The third try in 8 minutes for Wigan. A second for Jason Robinson. 13th Super League try of the season. But it was great hands from Henry Paul. Takes it quick as a flash. And that's what gives the space for Robinson to get in. Saints on the rack here, Rob.
Yes, we're up against it now, Trevor, after starting well. But good crisp hands. Good ball handling on the sixth tackle, making the Saints pay. It came in the top corner, out to Henry Paul. Lovely flick ball to Robinson on a diagonal run in plenty of space. 14 points to 7, and Paul's going to make it 16 points to 7, isn't he?
Well, certainly Wigan will be hoping that will be the case. And Wigan suddenly sparked to life after soaking up so much pressure from St Helens in the first 18 minutes. But that's what this game's all about. That's what Wigan are about. Henry Paul bangs it over. 2 out of 3 for him. Wigan suddenly in command at 16 points to 8.
Yeah, 3 tries, Trevor, there, and 2 goals in the space of 8 minutes by Wigan. And Saints, they're struggling. Running repairs down on the touchline. Was Wigan still a man down? I don't think they put a blood bin substitute on. But Prescott trying to inject something into the Saints. He breaks out to the tackle. He sidesteps forward. It was Cassidy that's just having running repairs. He's back on the field now. Wigan moving up quickly. Cowie quickly off the mark. Fogarty looking to unload. But solid Wigan tackling. Twigger Marler, the man there. He must be topping the Wigan tackling count. Derek McVie over the top. Alan Hunt. Alan Hunt with Arnold, goes inside. Hunt takes the tackle. A fire and Edwards in. Kieran Cunningham, Saints have got to spread it out now, trying to spread Wigan. They've got to hit back in quick fashion. Joint, looking for the runners. Newlove's there. He can't, he does, he breaks free. Newlove, the costliest player in the rugby league. He's brought down 10 metres short. Golding running the angles. Perolini gets the ball away. It's back with Newlove. Saints are keeping it going. Newlove tries to break the tackle. Henry Paul has him. Good man and ball job. Last one of the sequence. It'll have to go in the air now. It'll be a tester for Wigan. Bobby Golding chips it. Twiggamala takes it in the in-goal area. And the bomb is diffused.
I think Twiggamala's having an absolutely superb game. His defence is fantastic. He's really knocking the players down. And of course he was just the man to take that, his superb style. And it's set Wigan up for a quick break. A fire! A fire! Is it away? Well, almost to that tackle coming in from Sullivan. But now it's Smythe. Wigan on the charge. Cassidy looking to go round at Perolini. And suddenly Saints looking a little bit lethargic as Wigan are giving him a roasting. Hall, Edwards, watch this drop to Connolly, the step. He's looking for support, the ball's still available where Saints are not knocking him down. Farrell, great to Paul, ball away, what that step. Oh, Bobby Golding. Well, I think that's lucky that Henry Paul has sprung up and got off, because if Paul had stayed down, that might have been an early bath. As it is, a penalty, talking to, and Bobby Goulding could have been lucky there. Looks worse than it was.
Well, it did look worse than it was. It was over the shoulder, but it wasn't. It was across the chest, I think, Trevor. As you watch it again, we can watch it again on the big screen. Obviously, as you say, Henry Paul bounced up and ran away. No problem with that, but David Campbell, he's got to give Golding the warning for the alleged eye tackle. A penalty to Wigan. And what about these two pie eaters, Trevor? Fire and Connolly. They was rubbish when they played for Farsley Flyers, and now it's obviously done them the world of good, that fresh air at Emmerdale, hasn't it?
Well, we see where you spend your educational moments, Ron. I would like you to try and keep your cap on with your shoulders, because by my money that was definitely around where he keeps his cap on. That was a bit high around the ears, I'd have said. But gives Henry Paul the opportunity to go and try and land his third goal of the game. And Henry Paul makes no mistake with that one. The penalty punishes Bobby Goulding's misdemeanour. And it's 18 points to 7. Wigan ahead. 31 minutes gone. And Wigan slowly moving away here, Ron.
Yes, they're creeping up third. Obviously a deficit now. 11 points. 2 tries, 2 goals in quick succession, and Saints are back in the lead. Don't worry about it. Watch this space. Anything can happen. Alan Hunt coming away. Cunningham, it's the acting half-back now with Fogarty. The Saints tackling's going to have to be tightened up. Sean McRae will read the riot act at half-time. Saints have been dropping off the tackles, and you can't afford to do that against a champion side like Wigan. The side littered with talent. Once again, Morley. Good tackling by Andy Farrell. He's back fully fit, and he'll captain the England side this coming Wednesday against Wales. The Saints are making yardage. They break into the Wigan half. The last tackle of the sequence. Bobby Golding puts it downfield, finds touch. Good kick from Golding. Puts pressure on Wigan, even though it's going to be a scrum down with the Wigan head and feed. Approximately 15 metres from the Wigan line. Good tactics getting away in that set of 6, bringing it upfield.
Well, I'm surprised Saints in a way didn't put their up and under and test Robinson again, because each time they've tried it, Wigan have been found wanting. But he decided to drill it to this near side touchline, and just give Wigan the opportunity to get possession, which they duly do, with Farrell trying to bring it away. Hammond moves in sharpish with Morley. Wigan again with Connolly. Connolly looks to step inside Newlove. Some rare old battles on this side. Newlove against Connolly, Hunt against Twiggamala. Tremendous talent on both teams. Twiggamala screaming for this ball out on the left. Horton takes it in. He's asking for it. He's certainly deep on this line. Now with Hall, Edwards. Edwards slips him it back on the inside. And, well, Hammond went in a bit late on Edwards possibly, but Edwards is up. No old soldier act from him on this one. A fire, fifth tackle this, to Paul, out to Edwards. Edwards looks to get the kick in as Alan Hunt comes on, straight down the throat of Stephen Prescott.
Yes, and Prescott will try and break away as the Wigan defence comes up. Sean Edwards just there, as Trevor said, taken by Carl Hammond, and then Alan Hunt came in to close him down. He got the kick away. Saints have the possession, trailing by 18 points to 7. Try now, do the world of good as Bobby Golding comes away, taken by Twiggamala. Great tackle, having a tremendous game is Twiggamala. He's all over the field. I'd love to see the stats after Trevor. This man, he's been on every blade of grass on this Central Park arena. But Saints have the possession, they trail. As Hammond tries to unload it on the far side. Chris Morley, last one of the sequence. What will Saints try this time? It's coming to Golding. It's going to be the up and under. It's a high kick, putting pressure. Oh, well taken by Robinson. Shielded by a fire, but Robinson took it well.
Well, he had quite a bit of time on that one compared to some of the others. There wasn't really a chase from the St Helens team. But Wigan trying to bring it away now. A fire. A player who certainly has developed into more than just a wingman over the last couple of seasons. Henry Paul to Connolly. And that step. And away goes Connolly. The former Saint takes on Bobby. He knows he's beat him. He's got Sullivan, and now to Edwards. It's a race between Edwards and Prescott. Prescott gets in and makes the tackle. But Edwards gets up to play, to Hall, to Connolly. Connolly stepping, looking to go over that line. And Prescott makes the tackle. In fact, Danny Arnold makes the tackle. Edwards again, to Gamala. Well, they've got to do something here. Well, they'll not stop him. And they don't. And they don't. 35 minutes gone, and when Twiggamala takes Edwards' ball 5 metres or so out from that try line, the way he's been playing today, nobody was going to stop him.
No, nobody will stop Twiggamala. And Wigan were playing there with a man injured on their own 10-metre line. They stormed upfield, good work, interpassing through the side. It came over here to Twiggamala. He threw the pass out, he threw the dummy. The Saints took it with a fire on his outside, and Wigan going in for the try. 22 points to 7. It's Henry Paul, is it, that's injured, Trevor?
Yeah, Henry Paul, he took a bit of a bad knock when he released the ball that initially put Connolly away. And of course, Henry Paul's been troubled with a little bit of an ankle and knee injury over the last few weeks. It made him miss last week's win over Oldham. 22, St Helens 7. 3 minutes to half-time, Ron. What's your prediction?
Well, just as Saints were attacking the Wigan end, it shows you the firepower of this Wigan side, doesn't it? A try for Saints there to put a different complexion on this game. As Prescott gets away, it's knocked down by a Wigan player. A fire. The referee says that was all right, he was charged out.
Well, he knocked it down as he's facing his own try line, so he said he went to knock on, it went backwards. And then he spun round that fast, Ron, that he was able to pick it up and try and make a bid for the Saints line. But not to worry, Murdoch with Farrell. Farrell, a long ball over to Connolly, not really a good one, but picked up by Smythe. Smythe eventually dropped on by Newlove and Sullivan. Wigan have lost about 15 metres or so on that wild pass, but Robinson now trying to take it forward. I think Wigan will be happy just to try and see the way to half-time with this advantage and find out what the damage is with Henry Paul. Cassidy, though, takes it forward as Saints drop on him. Henry Paul being carted down the touchline. Doesn't look like he'll be back on here this evening, but with Edwards. Good ball out to Twiggamala. Well, he's got past Arnold. And good ball inside, but Arnold managed to intercept. Otherwise, it would have been another try, Ron.
Yes, did well, Twiggamala, an awesome sight in full flight. I mean, he's not much taller than me and you, Trevor, but he's built like a brick outhouse, isn't he? You know.
He's built like both of us, I'd say.
Yeah, you're dead right. But Saints have the possession. They certainly could do with points before the half-time interval. They're at the wrong end of the ground. It's going to be a full-length job, and we're talking about a minute plus a minute of normal time, plus any stoppages. Derek McVie, tireless worker, but well wrapped up. Bobby Golding also. Wigan have done their own work on him. They know they've got to close him down. Perolini chips it through. Perolini's chasing it. Robinson's coming. Robinson in. Alan Hunt wraps him up. Well, that's good. Following up by the Saints.
Well, we're into injury time now. Wigan 22-7 in front. Now with Farrell. Farrell looking to move it out and take it forward. And just injury time. We've not really had a lot of injuries other than the Henry Paul one. Connolly. Well, that was a tackle from Morley. Connolly looked to have fallen awkwardly, but fortunately got up to that one. O'Connor drives it forward. Good driving from him. Now with Farrell. Good metres gained from the Wigan forwards. Really made about 30 metres there. Cowie, another good drive from him, and he's still going, gets it to Hall. Hall out to Murdoch, to Edwards, long one now to Horton. Oh, a high one, but he shrugs it from Hammond. Well, his head went back like he'd been hit by Nassim. Edwards, he leaves for the little drop. It's just the right-hand side of the post. Well, Wigan putting on the pressure. Champions last 8 seasons. They're showing the Saints they're not giving this one away. Saints won the 12 Super League. This is number 13.
Yes, unlucky for who, Trevor? We'll let you know around about 9 o'clock. But Edwards obviously there, eating the clock up, went for the 1-pointer. You can't blame him, can you, Trevor? Get down there, put pressure on the Saints. Arnold coming away with it. Saints 7 points to 0 in the lead after 6 minutes, and then it's been all Wigan. They've hit back with a 22-point barrage, and it looks as though that's what the half-time score is going to be. We're on to the acting half-back now with Bobby Golding, taken by Derek McVie. He drives up the middle, looks for support. The ball's released. Wigan have the possession. Connolly chips, and Connolly chasing.
And Connolly's got the pace. Will he take it? And what a nice kick he drops on. He hits the boarding at the back. Now this is going to be a Super League view. Well, he's getting up slowly. He seemed to slide in. Ron reckons it's no try. We'll have to wait and see. I think he's asked for the off-screen or off-field. George, we're now seeing it on Sky. Well, even the most staunch Wigan fan couldn't say that one looked in.
No, that's what you call commentator's eye, Trevor. We knew it had gone dead, and especially when Connolly hit his fist on the ground, he knew that that wasn't a try. But you've got to have a go, haven't you? You never know. You might get a duff video ref.
I thought he put his fist down to stop himself sliding into that wall rod myself, but Saints to bring it away.
Yeah, Saints in possession. Fogarty now. Saints up against it. 3 minutes of stoppage time have elapsed, Trevor. And still the score at 22 points to 7. McRae doesn't know what defeat is, but he's up at the wrong end of a 22 points to 7 scoreline this evening at Central Park. 9 years since the last time Saints won here in this fixture. 1987, Saints were down then, if you remember, Trevor. I don't know whether you do. 22 points to 6. Saints were trailing.
I'm only a young lad, Ron.
Yeah, I am myself. Just had hard life. But 22 points to 6. There's the half-time hooter. Just as I was saying, 22 points to 6. Saints were trailing. They came out in the second half. They wiped the floor with Wigan and won the game 32-22. We can only hope that that happens this evening. But a great start by the Saints this afternoon. A golden try. He converted his own try and then popped a drop goal over, and Saints were in the lead at 7-0. But then it was all Wigan. The Wigan steamroller machine came through. 3 tries in 8 minutes from Smythe, 2 from Robinson, 2 goals by Paul, and then a Paul penalty goal 9 minutes to the 40, and the Twigger Marler steamroller going in 5 minutes to the interval. Made the half-time score here, Trevor, 22 points to 7. Should be exciting in the second half, shouldn't it? Well worth the admission money.
Well worth the admission money. 32-22, you said 9 years ago. Well, let's see if lightning does strike twice. At the moment, it's Wigan in the driving seat.
Over there, St Helens photographer Bernard Platt is enjoying himself. Your cameraman today, Dave Sherry, says best wishes to you, Bernard. He told you it wasn't worth you getting at the back of the Saints try line. He wants to know, are you still living with that bloke, and would you fancy leaving him to move in with him? But anyway, we get underway. Bobby Golding kicks off, Wigan to receive.
And straight away, it was Murdoch who took it, fed it to Horton. 22 points to 7. And Saints have rung in 1 or 2 changes. They've got to do something if they want to keep their championship winning run going. They've won the last 12. They're down heavily at this one at the moment. On is Andy Northey, number 23, into the side. As Twigamala, yet another big run from him. Well, he's not let up at all during the interval. He just started where he finished. That's a corner. Good run from him. Now with Hall, Farrell. Farrell tries to step, but can't make it as McVie makes the tackle. It's the 5th tackle too. So with Hall, puts in a kick himself with touch this side. It's not going to find touch, is it? Just this side of the touch flag, of the corner flag. So it'll be a 10-metre scrum.
It certainly will, Trevor. 10 metres from the Saints try line, 20 metres in from the Douglas stand. The Saints spectators gather in the cop there, get behind the charges. Come on, you Saints, they say. It's going to be a big lift to the Saints players. Let's hope they can get that lift for them. Now it's with Andy Northey. Good driving run from Northey. Prescott attacked in half. Alan Hunt takes the ball, looks suspiciously forward as Hunt came onto it. But Saints look a little dishevelled early in the game. Perolini comes back inside. The Wigan defence line up, all offside on the referee's left on this occasion. But David Campbell, to his credit, he's letting the game flow. Derek McVie again looking for the runners. Cunningham's there. Cunningham in and out. Support there, Fogarty. 10 metres short. Saints now, they've got to score first. Hammond, support there from Hunt. He knocks it forward, he drags the ball towards him, and that's a turnover on the last tackle.
And look at the players outside of Hunt. 1, 2, 3, 4 players all screaming for the ball. They would have taken it well, and Wigan ragged. Well, you're not going to win games if you bomb chances like that, Ron. And Wigan breathe easily. 22-7, still in 10, intact that lead as Cassidy tries to bring it away. Smythe at dummy half. Murdoch first receiver. Now with Farrell. Farrell finding a bit of room on this near side. Such strength. Eventually Newlove does get him down with Arnold. Now with Murdoch. Edwards dropping a little bit wider out. Good long ball, but Twigamala comes in for it. Then steps out. And the strength of the man as the Saints players close in. 5th tackle. Connolly. Back this time to Robinson. Robinson drills a kick to that far side. And so many players with so many skills. Well, most teams just have one man to try and put the ball forward. Wigan 3 or 4.
Yes, they certainly have. Saints do rely a lot on Bobby Golding, occasionally Carl Hammond. Wigan will know that, and they know that they're putting him under pressure at every available opportunity. The Saints crowd rally the side again. Hammond, short ball there, Newlove now. Murdoch's chasing him, Connolly's chasing him. Can Newlove win the chase? He can. Newlove scores. It was essential that Newlove got the 4-pointer there with Connolly in chase. Saints had to be first on the board in this second half. And the world's most expensive player at £500,000 produces the goods, Trevor.
Well, yeah, great run from him too. Tremendous strength. A little bit of a body swerve got him away, and it was a run with Connolly. Connolly was closing, but he just had too much to do. And by the time Connolly got to New Love, he just had enough upper body strength to take him in for the try. The early type of score that Saints wanted, and I suppose the early score that Wigan didn't want. And what a great finish from him. You can see Connolly just trying to close in, and down the ball goes. But now with Bobby Goulding looking to add his second place goal, and he bangs it over. So the Saints fans have something to scream about. 22-13, 3 minutes into the second half, and Saints back in the game.
Yes, back in, Trevor, and watch Goulding rally his troops, brings them on, and that try coming from the base of the scrum move, which is a hallmark of Saints play. Let's see if they can do it again.
Drilled deep, straight into touch. That'll be a scrum down. Wigan will be happy to take possession once they put the ball in. And it's 10 metres, that's 10 metres from the Wigan try line. And of course 20 metres in from touch. Murdoch, Robinson, first receiver. Robinson seems to has a little bit of a free hand here. He's playing fullback on the team sheet, but Edwards dropped to that position at that scrum. Now out to Twigamala. Edwards senses that his centre is on a big game, and he's giving him plenty of ball. That's with Cowie. Now with Hall to Horton. Horton tries to step it. The ball ripped out, he says. Well, it was 2-on-1. You can do it, it's 1-on-1, but it was 2-on-1, I think, there.
Yes, I think you're right there, Trevor. And it's just not legal, that, is it?
Well, they don't like it, these referees, do they? So now with O'Connor, takes it forward. Hall, Edwards, Farrell, good ball, Horton, but a reception committee for him. Cassidy, Edwards, Twigamala on that run round. Well, outstanding fall for the big Western Samoan, former All Black. Robinson looking for a hat-trick. Dragged back like a toy soldier. Hall, Edwards, spins it back to Cassidy but doesn't take it. And, well, it'll be the first knock on. It's going to be a Saints put in. And Twigamala getting a bit of treatment on the backfield. And if he had to go off, that would be a blow for Wigan.
Well, we've a chance then, haven't we, Trevor? I mean, we've still a chance now. 22-13 the score. Saints head and feed. Playing out of his skin, Twigamala. Craig Murdoch came out with the ball. The referee's not happy with it. I wouldn't be happy with it either. They don't usually go against the head, these feeds, do they? That won't. Right in the second row, good feeding. Wigan penalised for offside. The referee right on the job. Just caught out this time. Goulding with the kick, nearly up to halfway. Twigamala's coming away, he's limping. Andy Northey on as a half-time replacement for Anthony Sullivan. And Saints have got to come down again and go the full length if they can. Spread the ball out. Adam Fogarty. Tremendous work from this big Yorkshireman. Ex-professional boxer.
Twigamala's in real agony out on this wing. Real agony. He can't hardly move.
Derek McVie looking to unload. Good tackling there by Connolly. As you say, Trevor, that's going to be bad news for Wigan, but Twigamala in with the tackle. Saints play the ball. It's now with Chris Joint. Cassidy, one of the tacklers, along with Hall. Last one of the sequence. Ball will go to Bobby Goulding. Murdoch off the mark. Goulding chips it over. It's too deep, is it? It certainly is. The idea was right, but the execution was just too deep.
Yeah, good idea indeed to try and get that ball away on that right-hand side. But as you say, just a little bit too far ahead of his advancing players. So it gives Wigan a chance to bring it from their own 20-metre mark. Twigamala looks like he's bravely going to try and persevere, but he's limping very badly. Farrell brings it away. In comes the big hit. from Fogarty. Cassidy, that step. And what a switch, what a good ball to Murdoch, and what a good tackle from Bobby Goulding. Now with Robinson, little live wire. 2 tries already. Cowie, Murdoch, Edwards. Murdoch looking to straighten up, and Peroline is in. His 5th tackle. Can Wigan do here? Now with Farrell. Hoist the bomb. Prescott's under it. And he takes it so well. He really is good under that type of pressure.
He certainly was there. Edwards pushed him away, had a hand on him before he got to the ball. But the referee let it go, and now the ball's with Danny Arnold. It was an excellent take in the end. Wigan giving Twigger-Malra all the time in the world to try and shake the injury off, but the big man, he certainly looks in a lot of difficulty. Perolini into Horton. Pickavant's going to be introduced into the game for the Saints, and now Bobby Goulding coming crossfield, drop-off ball to Newlove. The Saints spectators amassed in the Kop get behind the charges there, try to urge the team on. McVie unloads it. Saints keep it going. Cunningham twists out of the tackle, loses his foot in there. The referee says Wigan get back on side. It's the last tackle. Fogarty is replaced. Yes, they certainly do, Trevor. There's no danger about that. It's good yardage by both sides, obviously. Coming out of their own 20s and making yardage upfield. Goulding to feed once again. Come on, you Saints, is the cry. Ball never even saw the scrum there, as Andy Northey comes away. Prescott attacked in half. Saints move it out wide. Hammond inside to Alan Hunt. Turns the ball inside. Saints got to keep it moving. Now to Pickavants. Excellent forward to have on the bench, Pickavants. As the Wigan substitutes now warm up. Saints are still going forward. Kieran Cunningham again pushes the defenders off. Cassidy comes in with what looked a little high, but the player gets up quickly. It's now with Hammond. Hammond breaks out of the tackle. 30 metres from the Wigan line. Saints trailing 22-13. Wigan penalised. Andy Farrell offside to play the ball, Trevor. He doesn't like it, does he, Farrell?
Well, I think it's for not letting him play the ball properly. He interfered with the ball at the time, did Farrell, and it gives Saints chance to apply more pressure.
Yes, and McVie spreads it out to Cunningham, and Cunningham again drives forward. 2 tackles gone. 15 metres from the line. Goulding now with Morley, looking for support. Morley there, nobody was on his shoulder. Nearly a bad play, the ball by the Saints. They keep it going. Alan Hunt, can he squeeze in? Hunt's nearly over the line. You can see there, inches short. Once again, the Wigan defence going to be tested. The ball's dropped. That's offside. Surely it's a Wigan player and come forward, even though Saints had let go of the ball.
No, it was in fact the Saints player who knocked it on, and behind him was Robinson. If he'd have taken it, then another opportunity. That's 2 good opportunities Saints have bombed really in this game, and one wonders how dear they'll cost them at the end of 80 minutes. But it's Cassidy trying to come away. A player that really impresses me with his work rate. He's not the biggest forward, but he must have one of the biggest hearts. Andy Farrell, he's a big forward, and he's lost a couple of stone and running leaner and meaner. Connolly puts it through for Smythe to show his pace, but Prescott's across, and Prescott read that very, very well as Edwards moves in.
He certainly did, and he's still under pressure, Steve Prescott. Smythe, the man that finally brings him down. Edwards had moved up on him. And Arnold now. Can we have some Arnold magic? Trevor says no. Well, he's right on that occasion. Alan Hunt from acting halfback did well there, moved in quickly, did Hunt. Quinnell looking to be introduced. It's his last game here at Central Park. He's going back to rugby union. Even though Quinnell, he's made an excellent rugby league forward, there's no danger about that. Rampages through. Pickavants now shrugging the tacklers off, approaching the halfway line. Cowie's the man that's going to be brought off. As Saints keep the ball going. Bobby Goulding inside to Chris Morley. Diagonal run from Morley. Good yardage. Last tackle of this sequence. Saints in possession. Golding looking for the ball. He gets it. He puts a high kick up. Prescott's behind it again. Well taken by Connolly under a pressure.
Well, really Wigan wanted Connolly under that one because he is an excellent taker of the ball under pressure. As Jason Robinson breaking clear, he's turned Prescott, and Prescott's got all the way. It doesn't matter because in support is Murdoch, and there go Wigan. Tremendous try again from Wigan. This back line of Wigan's as good as any they've ever had, I suppose you'd have to say. I know with Billy Boston here, they will perhaps say there's been better players, the older members like you, Ron, but for the youngsters like myself, this Wigan back line is absolutely fantastic.
Well, there's no danger about that. Robinson made the try, didn't he? He skipped through, the tackling dropped off him again, and Robinson, you can't afford to let Robinson slip the ball out. Murdoch there in support. There was nobody going to stop him. That's 6 points, isn't it? 28-13, that's not to plan, not to St Helens plan anyway. But great work there from Robinson. Billy Wiz, as you call him, lively campaigner, pushing the defenders off, slipped the ball out to the supporting Murdoch, and a great try. All will convert this, and Wigan back in the driving seat, Trevor.
Oh yes, kind of you to give Hall this conversion already. I think by my reckoning it's just 26-13 now, but when Hall in front of the post must surely land this. We can't put the X on him. I know you'd like to, Ron, but no trouble for Martin Hall. And 28 points to 13, and Scott Quinnell on the field. You'll be glad to see him because on Boxing Day he ran in 4 tries in that massive win against Saints. This is his farewell performance. I don't suppose you wish him the same feat today, Ron.
I wish him all the best. Of course I do. He's blossomed into an excellent rugby league forward. But it shows you where the money is back in rugby union, and it shows you it's a damn sight easier in rugby union. He can have a blow there, can't he, for half of the game, where he's got to be on his mettle here. Wigan kick the ball off. Northey has the possession. I know you'll probably answer me back on that rugby union bit in a bit, Trevor. I can see you chomping at the bit, ready to get in, but I'm not giving you the mic. And Saints again breaking away. Chris Joint.
Is replaced by 16, Scott Quinnell.
And Cunningham now goes away. Good yardage from Cunningham, still driving forward. Pushes Edwards out of the way. And Saints move upfield. The battle on now, 15 points separating the sides. We're 22 minutes of the game remaining. It's the last one of the sequence. Golding lofts it. Prescott's underneath it again. Robinson's there, it's loose. Saints have the ball. Morley, it's still loose. Connolly has it.
And Connolly's away. It's a race between Connolly and Prescott, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The referee's given the knock-on, and Gary Connolly, well, he might have a psychological boost from that, but he'll be absolutely brassed off that he's been brought back. A knock-on. Graham West not happy either. The ball bobbling all around the place. Saints trying to force the pace a bit. And, well, there's a knock-on in there. I think more than one knock-on. And in the end, it's the right decision. Gary Connolly not so chuffed with it.
No, I wouldn't imagine he would be, but he's given head and feet to Saints. From the up and under, he's adjudged that the Wigan player has knocked it forward, Trevor, I think. And that's why Saints have the feed at the scrum. I didn't know whether Saints player had knocked it forward and he was playing advantage, but Connolly didn't take any chances, but he showed a clean pair of heels, didn't he, Trev?
Well, the first knock-on was off Robinson as he tried to take the ball, but it never went to ground. It was taken immediately by a Saints player. Now, is that a knock-on if it doesn't hit the ground?
Yes, of course it is. Steve-O says it is, and if he says it is, it is. It's propelled in a forward motion, and so there you go. How about that?
Well, that's definitive. As this Saints trying to bring the ball away.
Yes, hammered inside to Arnold, but the ball's gone to ground, and Twigger-Marler has possession back, so Saints not capitalising on the possession, and you can't afford to do that.
And the knock-on is clearly defined again for you, Ron. As Cassidy Tries to play it. Hall to Quinnell. Scott Quinnell playing his last game for Wigan before going to Richmond Rugby Union Club. And I don't think it's anything to do with lack of bottle. I think it's to do with lack of money in the coffers of Central Park. Because like you, I'm a big fan of Quinnell's, and I think he's really turned into a class forward. As Hall comes away, great tackle on by Morley. Pulls him down. Murdoch though. Edwards to Quinnell, charging it forward. He actually, for a rugby union forward, was quite a prolific scorer in that game, and he's got quite a few in league. But it's Edwards, out to Farrell. Farrell, no runners, has to straighten up. Fifth tackle. Wigan 28, Saints 13. Connolly, denied a few minutes ago. He's having a crack at this one. And it's Danny Arnold who sweeps up at the back. But Gary Connolly, I have to say, he's an ex-Saint, but he seems to love playing against St Helens, doesn't he?
Oh, he certainly does. Just let me put you right. I'm not saying that Quinnell hasn't got any bottle. I'm just saying that they seem to have a blow in Union. They're not involved for the full 80 minutes as they are in league. But yes, Connolly, he thrives in it. Obviously, his mum and dad still live in St Helens, and it's great when he plays against the Saints, isn't it?
Robinson with the ball, spins out of that. Back he comes again. Big hit on him, but he bounces up like an India rubber man. Cassidy going forward. Look at that from him, sheer strength. And the Saints tackling phone once and again. Pickavance missed that. Now with Terry O'Connor, metre short. Wigan really got their tails up. Martin Hall, Murdoch drops inside to Quinnell. Bid eye, Bobby. And the referee is having a word.
Yeah, he's having a word with Bobby Golding. Looked a little high on the big man, didn't it?
Well, he is a big man, Quinnell. And really, I don't think Scott wanted a Bobby Goulding necklace at this stage in the game.
No, but he's just getting a warning, a stern warning. The pie eaters don't like it. They want him off because it's his second high tackle. But we can't do without King Bobby. We're going to get a penalty.
Well, that'll be a consolation, won't it, when Scott picks his head up and puts it back on. So Wigan very much in the ascendancy here. 28-13. 22 minutes of the second half gone. Saints 12-match winning run getting perilously close to ending, I'm afraid, Rob, for you. Wigan fans, though, they'll be delighted with this, as Martin Hall has the opportunity to try and kick his second goal of the game. He took over, of course, from Henry Paul, who went off injured. So Martin Hall, the hooker, looking to get 30 up. And by Murray, 62 minutes. Strikes it well. Martin Hall. 30 points to 13. Wigan leading this game. If they can hold on, they'll be a point behind the Saints. And all along, Graham West and Sean McVeigh have said it's not the championship decider. It's just one game in many that may be, and then you'd have to look to where others might drop them. Maybe Broncos, eh?
Well, that's it, yes. After Wigan losing a point to the Broncos, you must say, even though they led by 18 points to 4, Wigan, and Broncos came back. Saints, I suppose you could say, were lucky at home against the Broncos, Trevor, trailing 22-18, but showed some determination. And then last week, the Broncos, they get stuffed at home. Halifax beat them. It just can't weigh it up, can you? Irrespective of the result tonight, as we said earlier, even if Wigan do win, and it certainly looks as though they are going to win, Saints are still on top with that 1 point advantage. And as you say, it's looking to the forthcoming games. Bradford maybe, as you said, Broncos. You can't see a challenge coming from any other direction.
Well, I think Warrington might have something to say about that next week when they take on Wigan, but this great game we've got here now, Ron.
Oh, it's superb, isn't it? An excellent advert for the game. And we know there's nothing like playing against the old enemy. It's the last tackle of this sequence. Saints have the possession, Hammond looking for the runners. It's now with Newlove. Certainly looked a little shepherd in there. It's inside to Arnold. Arnold tries to keep it going. That's the turnover.
Well, good cover from Wigan. And Sean Edwards bossing his side around. Now with Smythe. Wow, that was a flattener. That was a flattener. And Rob Smythe looks in a bit of a bad way there. To the shoulder charge, I think. But really fell awkwardly. In it comes. What a big hit from Andy Northey.
Well, the Wigan spectators don't like it, but that was perfectly legitimate, perfectly fair. And Andy Northey, one of the most toughest competitors in the Saints side, he liked that. He knew he'd give him a big hit. He banged him on the ground and he said, "Come on, Smythe, get up, play the ball." But that was one tremendous tackle.
Well, that was a comment from our off-field referee, Ron Howe. I'm glad to see you're not biased in any way, Ron, on this one.
Perfectly impartial, Trevor, just the same as yourself. Always have been, always will be.
So now, Wigan, they'll be having the blood bin really on Smythe. Well, he's groggy. His legs have gone. And it's going to be Andy Craig who'll come on number 21.
Well, I do hope there's some claret flowing, because you can't have a blood bin substitution just for because the fella's groggy, surely.
Oh, there's a lot of blood inside his mouth there, actually. We picked that up on our telephoto lens, Ron, don't worry. So Andy Craig comes on. And this big bruising tie taking its casualties. Simon Horton operating in the centre. Now with Cassidy. Cassidy going forward. 30 points to 13. 14 minutes left. Andy Craig, first touch for him. Martin Hall. Terry O'Connor. Now with Edwards. Edwards to Andy Farrell. To Quinnell. Quinnell, good strong run. And it takes Newlook to come in and help put him down. Fifth tackle. Andy Farrell. Hoist a long one, a bit too deep then, I think. I think your missus will pick that one out from behind the sticks, won't you, Rob?
Yeah, she certainly will, just to the right of the sticks. If she does, you'll not get the ball back. But anyway, Saints will restart from the centre of the 20. Time running out for the Saints, 13 minutes left, Trevor, as Alan Hunt comes in. And Saints are trailing by 30 points to 13. 3 tries, 3 goals in the space of that time. I'll see Saints with the spoils and the 2 points. And Trevor's laughing his head off.
I wish he'd leave those magic mushrooms alone.
Chris Joint, big run over the halfway line. Saints play it quickly. Paul Newlove scampering away. Quinnell and Cassidy, the men in at the tackle. Wigan move forward quickly. Derek McVie looking for support, looking for runners over the back. Chris Morley keeps it going. Out to Kieran Cunningham. Cunningham going for the line. Looking for support again. Golding's there. The runner's there on the far side. Saints keep it going. Twigger Marler in with a tackle. But great work from the captain, Golding. But great work from Twigger Marler. Perolini. Long cut-out ball. Derek McVie. Out to Newlove. Newlove to Arnold. Arnold shimmies inside. That's the turnover.
Well, great defence by Wigan. And Twigger Marler on that centre. You might as well build a brick wall there, the way he's letting nothing through this game. But Wigan trying to come away with it. And a good run too from the youngster, Andy Craig. And Wigan now. Terry O'Connor. Joint winds up to take him. But O'Connor drives it on. Hall, Edwards, geeing his men up. And Farrell, well, went backwards, said the referee. Robinson picks it up. Robinson looks to drop off Connolly. It's away. Clear through that gap. He's got a fire. He's got Edwards. He doesn't use them. He's going himself. Now he's going into trouble. Looks for the support. It comes from Martin Hall. He'll have to take it back. Quinnell's the man. Quinnell straightens it, turns. Wigan looking to capitalise. Edwards demanding that ball, gets it. Out, long ball to Twiggy Marler. That shrug, shoulder, go, charge. Off he goes. Great play, Twiggy Marler. Great try, Horton. Well, Twiggy Marler has had a blooming marvellous game here. Great on defence, great on attack. And it's just unstoppable.
He is unstoppable, Trevor. There's no danger. Simon Horton finished off, but you put that down. to sheer persistence from Twiggamala. He got injured down here earlier on, and then he changed sides from being the right centre. He moved over to the left centre. Obviously, plan B for Wigan, but he did well down the wing. The ball moved upfield. Twiggamala got it, bounced off the defender, slipped it to Horton in support, and he went about 5 metres to the left of the sticks. Great try there, quick hands by Wigan. The referee adjudging the ball had gone backwards. It went to Robinson, then it was moved over to the far side, and he's had a tremendous game. If he's not man of the match,
well, yeah, I think you best start eating it now, because he's my man of the match, that's no doubt about it. And sheer pace, but Martin Hall misses the conversion attempt, hits the post and out it goes, and he'll be disappointed with that. But 34 points to 13, 10 minutes left. Surely no way back for Saints. Terry O'Connor's coming off, Neil Cowie's going back on. And really this Wigan victory, considering they've had the injuries they have had to, Henry Paul and Rob Smythe, well, even more impressive than it's looking.
Oh, excellent, and it's going to be a Wigan victory. Saints can't come back now. The tackling there still as ferocious as ever. Coming in, forcing the Saints man into touch. And he certainly looks a bit groggy there on the far side, doesn't he?
Well, Twiggamala getting that tackle in. He's still limping a bit. There was days he didn't look like he'd ever walk again. If it had been a horse that had shot him. And here he is, putting in big hits like that. Ron says he should have done. But here we go. Connolly, another player who's had a big game. Newlove, well, doesn't quite affect the tackle, but Andy Craig, he'll take it up, the youngster. Andy Northey goes in a little bit late. Robinson, it's time to Cowie. Cowie straightens, goes forward. Wigan making headway. Robinson, that quick to play the ball. Now with Murdoch, now with Edwards. Edwards looking to spin it because Goulding's cut off his ass. And was that one a little bit extra one there from McVie? The referee says no. Farrell takes it forward. 5th tackle. What were we going to do here? Puts it back to Robinson. He's having a poke and a drop goal. And the little maestro bangs it over. Well, so many skills in so many players at Wigan. And every time everybody keeps trying to write them off, back they come with another win. Well, they're rubbing it in here, Ron.
Well, they're a right to do, haven't they? I'm sure Saints would do if the boot was on the other foot. But why not? An extra point. Not as it's going to make any difference. 35-13. Unlucky for Saints today. The 13th Super League game. The first taste of defeat for Sean McRae. With 8 minutes remaining. And the ball's loose. And Temper's just getting a little frayed. It's a pity that things should happen like this, Trevor, because it's been played at a frenetic pace. It's been an excellent game, and Temper's just getting frayed there. There's been nothing in the match. There's been some, well, big hits, hasn't there? But obviously they're just coming to...
Well, it's Andy Northey throwing a bit of an elbow. And Andy, well, this is his second game back, isn't it, since he was injured at Wembley. And losing his temper a little bit. All the crowd are going to hear roaring because they're seeing it on the big screen, and it looks pretty bad. But Evan Quinnell getting involved. Quinnell not happy with it, of course. And the referee, Dave Campbell, well, he's made sure everybody stayed on today, hasn't he?
Yes, he certainly has. Let's have a good, clean fight. Break when I tell you. Andy Farrell just coming off, Trevor, and...
Andy Johnson going on. Andy Johnson going on. And Wigan got the penalty for that because it was Northey who pulled the elbow in first. Quinnell retaliated. And Wigan not bothering with the penalty shot. They're going for more tries. Martin Hall puts the ball into the crowd. This large crowd here at Central Park being kept enthralled by this clash of the giants as Quinnell takes it forward and Saints piling on him. 35-13 they're losing. McMurdoch, Cassidy, well, he opts to take it himself. Morley bangs him down. Hall, Cowie going forward. Bobby's a bit high again, but the ball comes out the back to Johnson. First touch for him. A youngster who's featured quite prominently in the Wigan Super League Challenge. Now with Edwards. Good ball back to Murdoch. Skips the first tackle. Doesn't evade Nordy though. Robinson at dummy half. Edwards is first receiver. Switches it back to Johnson. Johnson's looking for a bit of a run, and the first tackle round his ankles. He gets past it. It's the fifth tackle now. Now with Edwards. Edwards looking to put the kick over for Connolly. He's really deep, and it just beats him. About a metre in front of Connolly, otherwise you'd have been seeing another try, Rob.
Yeah, you're dead right. That's a good ploy, obviously. Putting it across there. Saints' defence was drawn in a little bit, but the cover defence did come back, but the kick was too deep, and Andy Norley back in possession. The remaining 5 minutes of the game. Saints have to go through the motions. Derek McVie on to Kieran Cunningham. Cunningham there, a tower of strength in the Saints side, following everything up. But Super Wigan this evening have blitzed the Saints as Chris Joint breaks into Wigan territory. New love from acting half. One try early on in the second half, the 3rd minute. But that's all the Saints have to show for this second half. They keep the ball going now. Joint, drop-off ball to Morley. Cassidy in with a tackle. Last one of the sequence, 12 metres from the Wigan line. Last tackle, Bobby Golding, reverse angled chip, Prescott's there. Murdoch tidied it up, Prescott completes the tackle.
Well, Murdoch had dropped back to be a Bobby just for that type of kick. And really Wigan thinking this game, even now with like 4 minutes remaining, still thinking that then they won't get caught out by the Saints' ploys. Tugimala taking it in on that far side. The sheer power of the man. Look at the Saints men wrestling him. They still can't really get him down. In fact, he's on one leg there, Ron, and he's still managing to go make ground. He can hop farther than you and I can run. Cassidy. Hall at dummy half. He's got Edwards, that first receiver. And it's since Edwards has gone back to first receiver that they really stamped their authority on the game. Quinnell that was. Robinson. Robinson looking for that bit of broken play himself. Looking... He's gone into a bit of a blind alley there. 5th tackle. Cassidy puts it back for Murdoch. Murdoch drills it to the far side, looking for touch. Prescott and Hunt, bit slow to go to it, but not really a chase from Wigan. They've got it thrown up the 35-13. Hunt looks to give it to Prescott. Prescott tries to get away from Craig. Does so at first, but Craig recovers well, and a good tackle.
Yes, a good tackle. The Wigan chase wasn't as good as it normally is. Alan Hunt picked it up, moved across field, slipped it to Prescott, and Saints just breaking into Wigan territory. Wigan move off the mark quickly. Now it's with Pickavance, but good tackling in there.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's sponsor, Haydock Commercial Vehicles.
Well, if it's not Twigamala, there's going to be questions asked.
A tough choice, but it's Wigan's number 2, Jason Robinson.
Well, Morley now going for the corner, and Morley in for a late try for Saints. 2 minutes to the final hooter. Morley makes the scoreline look a little bit more respectable. Saints broke quick. Kieran Cunningham centre field again. In and out. Good support there. Moved it over to the left-hand side here. And Morley bisected 2 Wigan players. Touchdown. About 15 metres from the sticks. Just as we was on about the man of the match, Trevor, there's Cunningham breaking through, slipped it to Golding, Golding broke out, slipped it back to Morley, and Morley went in. Golding with the conversion.
Well, you said questions were going to be asked. Come on, Ron, ask the question. How did Twigamala not get that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, obviously it's the sponsor's choice, but I think they must have been watching a different game than me and you, Trevor.
Robinson's had a good game, certainly would have been a candidate, but I think my personal thoughts that Twigamala's been outstanding. So as Goulden resumes play and drives it straight into touch on this near side, and it's a penalty to Wigan on the halfway mark. And we've got about 2 minutes of normal time left on this one, and Saints, well, the game's falling apart a bit really. As you say, the first defeat for them of the Super League season, first defeat since Sean McRae's taken over. And be interested to see what Sean thinks about that afterwards. But it gives Wigan the opportunity to try and gain ground. Martin Hall kicks for touch. He's not made it though. But a good recovery from Andy Craig as Newland put it back. I'm afraid Danny Arnold was a little bit slow in reacting to that. So it's Cowie running cross field. Well, that's not the best way to run. That's always a good chance of a clean out on that. As it was 2-on-1 as Hammond stole the ball, and another penalty for Wigan. And I don't think there's much doubt about that.
Yeah, I think he let it go, Trevor, actually. You know, then he get the penalty.
Oh, of course he did, Ron. So Murdoch now finds ground on the far side. That's about 30 metres or so from that Saints try line. Martin Hall, in comes Quinnell. Turns, spins, tries to go, gets the ball to a fire, and a forward pass. Well, a bit of a let-off for you there, Ron, but referee David Campbell right on the spot, and that denies Martin a fire a try.
Oh, he's disallowed it. I thought he'd give it, actually, Trevor. I'm sorry, I was writing it down on the sheet. Looked a perfectly good pass there from Quinnell, but there we go.
Don't tell lies, Ron. You had your head in your hands at the magnitude of this Saints defeat, and you missed that score. So it's going to be a Saints pudding.
Yes, it is, and Saints now move it quickly. Steve Prescott trying to waltz through. As you said, Sean McRae's first defeat, the sides, the team's first defeat. The last one being away at Halifax at the end of the centenary season. Let's see if the lads, obviously they've got to be lifted in the 7 or 8 days before we entertain the Leeds at home. Wigan now, obviously that's great strides for them, lowering the Saints colours, the first side to do so this season, and now just 1 point separating the sides in the Stones European Super League table. A great game of rugby, a great advertisement for rugby. 35-19 the score at present. Playing in injury time now, in stoppage time. Hammond is the last tackle of this set of 6. The ball still loose. Wigan have it. Cassidy breaking away. What's the referee going to give? Knock on both ways. First knock on, I think. Thought that was on the 6th tackle, Trevor. Did he give the turnover?
He has given the turnover on. But these two sides really battered themselves to a standstill. And it's Wigan in possession who's come out strongest, really. I think at the end of the day, the longer standing of the patterns of play that they follow has helped them out. It's just, they don't have to think about it. They can just drop into it when things are not going well. And in some respects, it's still a bit early days for Saints. But it's a great game nonetheless. Andy Johnson tries to bring it forward. And Martin Hall. Now out to Murdoch, sorry, a little kick over the top, and it's Twigger-Marler in the chase. The ball comes loose, a fire picks it up off touch, does he? But it was into touch. So it's going to be a scrum down, and it's going to be a Saints put in, actually, I think.
Well, he must have adjudged that Wigan player went in touch with the ball. He was late putting his flag up.
Fire had his foot in touch as he picked the ball up. It wasn't the ball in touch, so that's what the problem was.
Yeah, there you go. Obviously, we have the big screen to help us out. Golden puts the ball down for you. Prescott's chasing it. Murdoch's back third as well. Can Murdoch fall on it? He can. Prescott completes the tackle. I mean, the man's on the ground. He could have got up and run off with that, Trevor. That's why Prescott went in on him.
It's Robinson now, trying to come away with it. 2 tries for Robinson already in this great advert for Super League. As Wigan in the driving seat, 35-19 into injury time. 3.5 minutes into injury time, in fact. And Martin Hall out to Murdoch. Murdoch, that little bit of a break, is it? Back inside to Quinnell. Quinnell charging away. Strokes off Prescott. Newland comes in. He just holds onto the ball. Well, there was a hooter. Nobody could hear it because of the crowd. But a great finish to the game. Wigan the winners by 35-19. It was Saints who got off to the greatest of starts. A try from Bobby Golden after 2 minutes. He converted it, then added a drop goal to make it 7-0. But then a try from Rob Smythe, an opportunist one, and then 2 from Robinson. And 3 goals by Paul made it 18-7 to Wigan. And just before half-time, Twigger-Marler really put Wigan in the driving seat at 22-7. There was Newlove who came back with a quick one 3 minutes after the start, but Goulding goal, and for a spell, Saints looked like they might pull it back. But then when Murdoch went in off a Robinson break, and Hall converted, it was Wigan all the way. Hall added a penalty, then Hall scored a try. Robinson banged over a drop goal, before right to the net, Chris Morley got Saints' consolation try, and Bobby Goulding goal, but a great win for Wigan.
Was a great win for Wigan, Trevor. It was essential that they did get the win. Saints were up against it, even though they took an early lead. 7 points to 0 up. But Wigan came back in true championship style. They put the points on the board. Saints scored first and last in the second half, but 35-19 was the score. Sean McRae is going to have to lift his men. His first taste of defeat, and let's see how the Saints respond to this. But thanks for joining me, Trevor. Thank you for this commentary that we've done, and it's been a great game, hasn't it?
Well, if you've enjoyed this commentary, it's Trevor Hunt myself and Ron Hoff. If not, it's Malcolm Lord and Robbie Whitfield. Thank you.
So we wish Scott Quinnell all the best.